Alright, so this is 1.4 and we're going to solve some more equations of equality. These are a little more challenging and a little more true to life right here. And by the end of this one, you're going to be able to solve equations using real world problems. And I'm going to show you how to check them. Make sure you got the right solution too. Okay, so if you're ever in Canada or overseas or whatever, and you're watching the Weather Channel, they're going to be telling you the degrees, the temperature outside in Celsius. Right, Celsius is a temperature scale where 0 is the freezing point of water and 100 is the boiling point of water. All right, so we'll do degrees Celsius, and we're gonna go 0, 100, right? And let's see, this is freeze point water, and this is the boiling point of water. Okay, well, our scale that we use in America is Fahrenheit, degrees Fahrenheit. We're one of the very few countries in the world that do this. And the boiling point for water in degrees, or the freezing point for water in degrees Fahrenheit, I'll make that red, degrees Fahrenheit, that's blue, not red, is 32 degrees Fahrenheit, and it boils at 212 degrees Fahrenheit. So you can see that the range is much larger for degrees Fahrenheit than degrees Celsius. But there is an equation that can help you convert back and forth from degrees Fahrenheit to degrees Celsius. So what is that equation? All right, well, so let's I'll show you how to do that, right? So the initial equation that they give us, that's all garbled up and stuff, is, I'm going to use constants as green, is 25 equals F, that's going to be my variable for degrees Fahrenheit, divided, or minus 32, another constant, divided by 1.8. All right, so this one, where do I start? Right, well, my goal is to get to an equation that says F equals something, right? So I can just plug in a degrees Celsius number, or I can plug in my degrees Celsius, whatever it is, and it'll come out with a degree Fahrenheit number, right? That's what I'm trying to do. Okay, I want to solve the equation for the variable F. Okay, so let's do that. So it's telling me that this is 25 degrees Celsius. This is 25 degrees Celsius, and it equals this equation. Okay, so what does 25 degrees Celsius in degrees Fahrenheit actually equal? All right, so this is actually the equation for degrees Celsius. Is degrees Celsius equals the degrees Fahrenheit minus 32 divided by 1.8. Right, that's the actual equation to convert from degrees Celsius to degrees Fahrenheit. Now, we're going to rearrange this equation to solve for degrees Fahrenheit. Okay, so that's what we're doing here. So, the first thing we want to do is we want to get rid of this denominator. We want to get rid of this denominator. Fractions are bad, or make things confusing. They're not bad, they make things confusing. They make things confusing, so we want to get rid of them as early on as possible. Okay, over here, we're going to work on this side of the arrow. Okay, so we want to take this fraction and we want to get rid of it, right? So we want to get rid of this denominator. So what we're going to do, we've got to keep both sides balanced. We want to multiply this side by 1.8 by the denominator, because 1.8 on the denominator, because if we did like 1 over 1.8 times 1.8, right, that would just equal 1, right? That's just going to leave us with the stuff on top, right? But what I do to one side, I have to do to the other side, okay? So, well, this is going to be pretty easy. On the right-hand side, all I'm left with is f minus 32 equals, and then whatever 1.8 times 25 is, right? So 1.8, that's 180%, by the way, times 25 is 45. So equals 45 degrees. Okay, so now it's pretty easy to go from here. I have a 1 degree Fahrenheit, right? There's a 1 in front of here, degrees Fahrenheit. I need to take this over this way, and I need to move it to this side. One way I can do that is I can swing it over there and make it plus 32, or I can add 32 to both sides, right? Either way, I get 45 plus 32, because remember, when I swing it to this side, when it changes the side of the equation, it has to flip signs, okay, in order to keep the equation balanced. Either way, 45 plus 32, let's see, that's 77. So let's see, the temperature at 25 degrees Celsius is 77 degrees Fahrenheit. So that is that one. Okay, so get rid of your fractions early, and that should help you with, oh yeah, so just to check that, we take that 77 degrees and we drop it back into our equation and see if it equals the initial thing, right? So we're going to go 77 minus 32, so 25. So 25 should equal this whole stuff after we drop 77 in for f. Okay, so let's drop 77 in for f here, and it should equal 25 if we did everything right. Okay, so 77 minus 32 equals 45. That looks familiar. Divided by 1.8, and bingo bango, 25 equals 25. Check. We did it correctly. All right, yeah. So that is how you do that kind of stuff. Hopefully that helps, and we'll move on to the next one.